Hey, Missio, here with one of our own, Seth Sharp, and we're going to have a little interview with him here just to tell us about what he's been up to over the past month and a half, really. Um, so, Seth, man, uh, you are serving God in some great ways, and just for the sake of being on the internet, we're just going to kind of keep it vague here. Um, but how's life been where you are now?
Life has been good here. It's been challenging, but it's been really good and fruitful. I've been here now for 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks actually, for a month now, and then finally just starting to get adjusted to life and culture here, which is pretty wonderful. The people are great here. My team members are awesome, and the community has been really great here. Um, it's just so good to be sharing with the other team members here
Yeah,
in this ministry, and also the people here. Like just the natives here are just incredibly hospitable and kind, um, and so that has made it a lot of fun.
yeah.
And they're very eager to learn and just to know us. So it's been fun to build friendships and new relationships, and been able to visit some people's homes and eat their food, which
Yeah,
is
man, we
always
talked
fun.
about that before you left, just how you'll be able to go in, drink coffee, eat. So you've been able to do that.
Yeah, I've eaten on the floor now and have had legitimate Kurdish food, and it is pretty tasty. It's pretty good.
That's
So
awesome, man. That's great.
yeah.
Well, so you've been there for 4.5 weeks. Man, God's been doing a lot with you. I know through our conversations, but what are some things that He's been teaching you during this time? If you could just kind of pinpoint it.
Just the necessity in prayer, and he's just really been making the word come alive to me.
Mm,
Just really revealing his heart for not only me, but just for others, and just for the sake of the gospel and just how he desires for all to know him, and that he really doesn't, the barriers and boundaries and cultural lines, they don't really matter, and they're not holding him back. And so it's just so incredibly encouraging, just to see his heart for people here and all over the world. So yeah, it's just his incredible.
yeah, that's awesome, man. So, what all have you been doing there? What have been your responsibilities?
Well, my primary responsibility is teaching English. I'm teaching level 2 English. We have 4 levels here at the center,
Okay.
and I have 18 students, and they're all awesome. It's a lot of fun. We get to Mondays and Wednesdays are class nights from 6 to 8, and so I teach vocabulary, grammar, and all of that fun stuff. But they're very eager to learn, and so we have a lot of fun in class, and can mix cultures. And they're eager to learn about American culture, and I'm eager to learn about their culture, and so it's
Yeah.
fun to share cultures and just laugh when I try to speak Kurdish, and just kind of relate their words to ours. And
Yeah.
so it's a lot of fun. And we have coffee shop on Thursday nights. So for 2 hours, we basically plan activities for our students to do, and we get to drink coffee and tea and just hang out. But this week was American Culture Night, so I got to teach them all about some things like football and baseball and basketball, and so that was a lot of fun. And then also the International Church here. Um, I've had the opportunity to lead worship once, um, and just serve and helping set up and tear down, and the audio aspect, and
Yeah.
help lead worship, and just be a part of that. So
Yeah. How's how have you seen God moving in those English classes and in the conversations that you've had with people in their homes? What are some stories that stick out to you?
well, gosh, uh, there the people here, as I said earlier, are just so incredibly eager to learn English. Like it's such a felt need in this culture. Like they really, really want to learn English, whether that be to further their education or to help out with their jobs. They're so eager to learn, and they want to learn it. And so the awesome thing is they just want to build relationships and be around people that are speaking English all the
Yeah.
time. And what's so fortunate is that all of us love Jesus and we're here for the same reason. And so they all want to build relationships with us. And so we're very, very intentional about trying to get outside of the classroom with our students and have had the opportunity to go to some of their homes and repeatedly share the gospel with them. And a lot of them want to come to the church too. A lot of them, whether or not they want to come to hear the gospel, they want to come and hear English spoken, but they're hearing the gospel repeatedly over and over and over again.
It's great.
And I actually had the opportunity to sit in on a native Kurdish house church a couple weeks ago, which was really fun.
Yeah.
And just to see some regenerated Kurdish people and see them love Jesus, and we all held hands at the end. I couldn't understand anything that was being said, but I was told that they were going over where Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, and they were all just so excited about it. And at the end, we all held hands around the room and prayed in Kurdish, and it was just incredible to see that. It is discouraging some days because 0.1% of believers here, and but just to see that God was moving and still saving people here, even if it is little by little, it's just been incredibly encouraging to see that there are no barriers to God's kingdom, and that he's building his kingdom here in Kurdistan too. And I've had the opportunity to meet with a guy. His name is well, I'm not going to say his name, but he became a believer a year and a half ago, and him and I have been meeting every Tuesday, and I'll make breakfast and we'll read the Old Testament together because they don't have an Old Testament translated into Kurdish yet, and so we read the Old Testament in English. He can't speak English very well, so we'll read it together and talk about it, and then he'll teach me Kurdish for about an hour. So it's been really fun, and I've just been really encouraged by him and just his story, and so that's been just that has made the trip all worth it for sure.
That's great. That's great. So what you were telling me a little bit about the need there. Obviously, there's a need to take the gospel there, but man, they're looking for more teachers there, aren't they?
Oh yeah, we need so many teachers. We have so many students, so many people that are wanting to come into this center, and then we have to turn them away because we just simply don't have enough workers or enough teachers here.
Yeah.
Which is just incredibly encouraging that so many people are wanting to come here and find this to be a safe and comfortable place, but discouraging in the sense that we just don't have enough people to invest and really work here.
Yeah. Well, man, how can we be praying for you over the next few weeks until you come back home?
Just pray for that God would just continue to open up doors to share the gospel with people, and that they would be receptive to it. There's just so many cultural barriers and just things that are standing in the way of people accepting or receiving. And so just pray that their hearts would be softened, because it's just incredibly difficult here. And so it can be discouraging at days, but just pray that the salvation would come here, and that people would really just see Jesus for who he is, and just call out to him. Pray that he would come in dreams, or just by whatever means, and that this community would just be transformed, and that there would be a radical outbreak of the gospel. And then just pray for the team here, that we would just continue to be steadfast and bold in our presence here, and that we would be known as peacemakers here, and people that are here to love and serve and help further God's kingdom. So
definitely. Well, buddy, we love you and we miss you, and looking forward to seeing your face and hearing more stories about what God has been up to there, and over the next few weeks as you remain there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And I miss you guys too, and just thank you so much for all that you guys have done for me, and all the support that you've helped out me with. And I love you guys, and can't wait to be back with you.
You got it. God bless, man.
All right, well,